In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use a pivot table in Google Sheets. Whether you're diving into data analysis for work or just exploring some personal projects, pivot tables are an incredibly powerful tool for organizing and summarizing information. Let's walk through the process together, step by step, ensuring you get the most out of this feature. To get started, the first thing you need to do is select your data. Open up your Google Sheet and highlight the cells that contain the data you want to analyze. It's important that each column in your dataset has a header. These headers act as labels and are crucial since the pivot table will use them to organize the information efficiently. Once you've selected your data, it's time to insert the pivot table. Head to the menu and click on Insert, then choose Pivot Table. A dialog box will pop up, asking you where you'd like to place your pivot table, either in a new sheet or on an existing one. Make your choice based on your preference and click Create. This strategic placement helps keep your data organized and allows you to switch seamlessly between your raw data and the pivot table analysis. Now, let's build your pivot table. You'll notice a pivot table editor panel appearing on the right side of your screen. This is your command center for setting up the table. First, focus on the rows. Click Add next to Rows and decide which column you'd like to use to organize your rows. Next, consider the columns. Click Add beside Columns to pick a column to structure your data into columns. This is where you start seeing the value in your data breakdown. Don't forget about the Values section. Here you click Add next to Values and select a column for the calculations. By default, the pivot table uses sum for these calculations, but you can easily switch this option. You can choose other functions like average or count from the drop-down menu, depending on what kind of analysis you're aiming for. This flexibility lets you tailor the calculations to your specific needs. Finally, the Filters option is there to hone in on specific information. By clicking Add next to Filters, you can set criteria to filter your data, making it as focused or broad as you need it to be. And remember, you have the freedom to drag and drop fields between these sections to reorganize your data as you see fit. For further customization, you can always go back and edit your pivot table. Click directly on the pivot table and use the Edit button that appears in a pop-up or hover for the Edit button to appear. This will allow you to further tailor and refine your data view. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to mastering pivot tables in Google Sheets. It's all about experimentation and finding what works best for your data story. Happy analyzing!